My dear fellows, coin enthusiasts and collectors, today, we're going to talk about a coin that may surprise you, the 1994 Canada Elizabeth II DG coin. This seemingly ordinary coin, which was produced in Canada, could actually be hiding a fortune, with experts estimating that some of these coins may be worth as much as $80 million. That's right, a simple coin could be worth millions. In today's video, we'll explore the history behind this remarkable coin, why it's generating so much interest in the world of numismatics, what factors could make it so valuable, and how you can determine if the coin in your collection is worth big money. By the end of this video, you'll know everything you need to know about the 1994 Canada Elizabeth II DG coin and what makes it such a collector's dream. So, let's jump right into it. Before we get into the details of what makes the 1994 Canada Elizabeth II DG coin so valuable, let's take a moment to understand its historical significance. Canadian coinage has long been an important part of the country's history and economy, and Queen Elizabeth II's image has been featured on Canadian currency for decades. Her profile first appeared on Canadian coins in 1953, following her ascension to the throne, and it remains a prominent feature to this day. The D.G. in Elizabeth II DG stands for Dei Gratia, which is Latin for by the grace of God, a reference to her position as a monarch. The obverse of the coin features her portrait, while the reverse side typically shows a design representing Canadian heritage. For the 1994 issue, the design is classic, showcasing Elizabeth II's regal profile on the front, maintaining the country's tradition of honoring their monarch. But what makes this particular year's coin so intriguing is not just its design, it's the circumstances surrounding its production and the possibility of errors or unique variants that have sent collectors into a frenzy. In the early 1990s, the Royal Canadian Mint made some changes to its coin production, specifically in terms of the metal composition of its coins. Up until the early 1980s, many Canadian coins were made predominantly of copper or nickel. However, as metal prices fluctuated, the mint began transitioning to more cost-effective materials. For coins like the 1994 Elizabeth II D.G., this meant a change in their overall composition. While earlier coins were made primarily of nickel, newer coins were produced with a steel core that was coated with nickel plating. This shift in materials had significant implications for collectors and numismatists, as different compositions can affect a coin's longevity, appearance, and even its overall value. But that's not all. During the minting process, certain errors or variations in design can occur, which is exactly what happened with a few of the 1994 coins. These errors are what drive collectors wild and can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into a multi-million-dollar piece of history. But what kind of errors are we talking about? Let's break that down. Errors are the name of the game when it comes to valuable coins, and the 1994 Canada Elizabeth II DG coin is no exception. Certain minting errors can make a huge difference in a coin's value, turning an otherwise common coin into a rare treasure worth millions. Here are the top errors you should be on the lookout for. 1. Double die error. A double die error occurs when the coin's design is struck twice, slightly out of alignment. This results in a doubling effect, often visible in the text or the image of the queen. Coins with double die errors are extremely rare, and their value skyrockets depending on how noticeable the doubling is. For the 1994 issue, doubling has been found on some coins in areas such as the queen's profile and the lettering around the rim. If you come across a double die 1994 coin, you could be looking at $1 million piece. 2. Off-center strike. Another error that can add significant value is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is struck off-center during the minting process, leading to an uneven or incomplete design. Off-center strikes are highly sought after by collectors because they're visually distinct and relatively rare. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. 3. Planchet errors. A planchet error occurs when there's an issue with the blank metal disc used to strike the coin. In some cases, a planchet may be too thin, too thick, or improperly prepared, leading to a defective coin. In rare cases, coins may even be struck on the wrong type of metal, further increasing their rarity and value. Planchet errors are one of the reasons certain 1994 coins have gained such attention from collectors. These errors, combined with the coin's historical significance and its association with Queen Elizabeth II, have made the 1994 Canada Elizabeth II DG coin a hot topic in the world of rare coins. But what does this mean for its current market value? Now you're probably wondering, how does a 1994 Canadian coin go from pocket change to being worth a staggering $80 million? The answer lies in the collector's market and the incredible demand for rare coins. The value of a coin is determined by a few key factors. 1. Rarity. As mentioned earlier, minting errors or unique variations of a coin are incredibly rare. The fewer high-quality examples of a coin that exist, the more collectors are willing to pay to own one. For the 1994 Elizabeth II DG coin, error examples are in short supply, making them highly coveted. 2. Condition. The grade of a coin can make a massive difference in its value. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless, mint-condition coin. If a 1994 coin with a significant error is found in near-perfect condition, its value could easily skyrocket into the millions. 3. Collector demand. Queen Elizabeth II's long reign and her iconic image on coins have created an intense interest in any coin featuring her portrait. As her legacy continues to be celebrated, collectors from around the world are willing to pay top dollar for any coin that represents a key moment in her reign. 4. Auction highlights. In recent years, several high-grade examples of the 1994 Canada Elizabeth II DG coin have appeared at auctions. Some have fetched prices well over 6 figures, and experts believe that the best-preserved examples could soon reach 8-figure sums. Imagine finding one of these rare coins in your collection and selling it for millions at auction. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and collector demand has pushed the potential value of this coin to $80 million. And experts say that number could continue to rise as more collectors enter the market. Now that we've covered the history and potential value of the 1994 Canada Elizabeth II DG coin and what makes it such a collector's dream. So, let's jump right into it. Before we get into the details of what makes the 1994 Canada Elizabeth II DG coin so valuable, let's take a moment to understand its historical significance. Canadian coinage has long been an important part of the country's history and economy, and Queen Elizabeth II's image has been featured on Canadian currency for decades. Her profile first appeared on Canadian coins in 1953, following her ascension to the throne, and it remains a prominent feature to this day. The D.G. in Elizabeth II DG stands for Dei Gratia, which is Latin for by the grace of God, a reference to her position as a monarch. The obverse of the coin features her portrait, while the reverse side typically shows a design representing Canadian heritage. For the 1994 issue, the design is classic, showcasing Elizabeth II's regal profile on the front, maintaining the country's tradition of honoring their monarch. But what makes this particular year's coin so intriguing is not just its design, it's the circumstances surrounding its production and the possibility of errors or unique variants that have sent collectors into a frenzy. In the early 1990s, the Royal Canadian Mint made some changes to its coin production, specifically in terms of the metal composition of its coins. Up until the early 1980s, many Canadian coins were made predominantly of copper or nickel. However, as metal prices fluctuated, the Mint began transitioning to more cost-effective materials. For coins like the 1994 Elizabeth II D.G., this meant a change in their overall composition. While earlier coins were made primarily of nickel, newer coins were produced with a steel core that was coated with nickel plating. This shift in materials had significant implications for collectors and numismatists, as different compositions can affect a coin's longevity, appearance, and even its overall value. But that's not all. During the minting process, certain errors or variations in design can occur, which is exactly what happened with a few of the 1994 coins. These errors are what drive collectors wild and can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into a multi-million-dollar piece of history. But what kind of errors are we talking about? Let's break that down. Errors are the name of the game when it comes to valuable coins, and the 1994 Canada Elizabeth II DG coin is no exception. Certain minting errors can make a huge difference in a coin's value, turning an otherwise common coin into a rare treasure worth millions. Here are the top errors you should be on the lookout for. 1. Double die error. A double die error occurs when the coin's design is struck twice, slightly out of alignment. This results in a doubling effect, often visible in the text or the image of the queen. Coins with double die errors are extremely rare, and their value skyrockets depending on how noticeable the doubling is. For the 1994 issue, doubling has been found on some coins in areas such as the queen's profile and the lettering around the rim. If you come across a double die 1994 coin, you could be looking at $1 million piece. 2. Off-center strike. Another error that can add significant value is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is struck off-center during the minting process, leading to an uneven or incomplete design. Off-center strikes are highly sought after by collectors because they're visually distinct and relatively rare. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Point 3. Planchet errors. A planchet error occurs when there's an issue with the blank metal disc used to strike the coin. In some cases, a planchet may be too thin, too thick, or improperly prepared, leading to a defective coin. In rare cases, coins may even be struck on the wrong type of metal, further increasing their rarity and value. Planchet errors are one of the reasons certain 1994 coins have gained such attention from collectors. These errors, combined with the coin's historical significance and its association with Queen Elizabeth II, have made the 1994 Canada Elizabeth II DG coin a hot topic in the world of rare coins. But what does this mean for its current market value? Now you're probably wondering, how does a 1994 Canadian coin go from pocket change to being worth a staggering $80 million? The answer lies in the collector's market and the incredible demand for rare coins. The value of a coin is determined by a few key factors. 1. Rarity. As mentioned earlier, minting errors or unique variations of a coin are incredibly rare. The fewer high-quality examples of a coin that exist, the more collectors are willing to pay to own one. For the 1994 Elizabeth II DG coin, error examples are in short supply, making them highly coveted. 2. Condition. The grade of a coin can make a massive difference in its value. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless, mint-condition coin. If a 1994 coin with a significant error is found in near-perfect condition, its value could easily skyrocket into the millions. Point 3. Collector demand. Queen Elizabeth II's long reign and her iconic image on coins have created an intense interest in any coin featuring her portrait. As her legacy continues to be celebrated, collectors from around the world are willing to pay top dollar for any coin that represents a key moment in her reign. Point 4. Auction highlights. In recent years, several high-grade examples of the 1994 Canada Elizabeth II DG coin have appeared at auctions. Some have fetched prices well over 6 figures, and experts believe that the best-preserved examples could soon reach 8-figure sums. Imagine finding one of these rare coins in your collection and selling it for millions at auction. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and collector demand has pushed the potential value of this coin to $80 million, and experts say that number could continue to rise as more collectors enter the market. Now that we've covered the history and potential value of Dear coin enthusiasts and history lovers, we take you on a journey through the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're diving into a unique coin from Canada, the 2003 Elizabeth II DG 1-cent coin. But what if I told you that this tiny penny, which millions of Canadians have probably overlooked, could be worth an astounding $60 million? That's right. In this video, we're going to explore the history, the details, and the current market value of the 2003 Canadian 1-cent penny featuring Queen Elizabeth II. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, this is one video you won't want to miss. So sit back and let's take a closer look at why this coin is generating so much excitement in the numismatic world. The history of the Canadian 1-cent coin is fascinating, dating back to the 19th century. The penny has long been a symbol of Canada's currency, circulating in millions and used in everyday transactions for generations. But by the early 2000s, the Canadian penny was on its way out, with the government announcing its discontinuation in 2012. But long before that, coins like the 2003 Elizabeth II DG penny were still circulating widely. This specific coin was minted in 2003 and features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, a design that honors Canada's status as part of the British Commonwealth. The initials, DG, stand for Dei Gratia, which is Latin for by the grace of God, a traditional title used in royal inscriptions, reflecting the Queen's role as monarch. But what is it about the 2003 penny that makes it so valuable, possibly reaching a market price of $60 million? To answer that, we have to dive into the finer details of its design and production. Let's talk about the design and minting process of the 2003 Elizabeth II DG penny. The obverse side of this penny displays the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, which was designed by Dora de Petithunt, a renowned Canadian artist. This portrait was actually first introduced in 1990 and remained on Canadian coins for many years, representing a mature and regal image of the Queen. On the reverse side of the coin, we find the iconic maple leaf, a symbol that has come to represent Canada itself. The image of two maple leaves on a twig was designed by G.E. Kruger Gray and has been used on Canadian pennies since 1937. Now, what's truly remarkable about the 2003 penny is the quality of its minting. Like all coins struck in recent decades, this penny was made with a multiply plated steel core, giving it a shiny appearance and making it more durable than older pennies made from copper. While it may seem like an ordinary coin, specific versions of the 2003 penny have unique minting variations and errors that collectors are hunting for. But before we get into that, let's talk about the penny's journey and what led to its discontinuation. By the early 2000s, the cost of producing the penny had far surpassed its actual face value. In fact, it was costing the Royal Canadian Mint more than 1.6 cents to produce each 1-cent coin. Due to rising production costs and the declining use of cash transactions, the Canadian government made the decision to phase out the penny, and in 2012, they officially discontinued it. While many saw this as the end of an era, collectors began to scramble to find pennies in pristine condition or those with rare errors that could skyrocket in value. The 2003 penny became one of the most sought after, particularly because of a few key errors and its significance as part of the final decade of Canadian penny production. Collectors began to realize that certain pennies from this era, especially those with unusual errors or proof-like qualities, could command high prices at auction. But could this tiny coin truly reach a market value of $60 million? What really sets the 2003 Elizabeth II DG penny apart from its peers are the error coins and high-grade specimens. Here's what you need to know. 1. Double strike error. One of the most valuable types of error coins is the double strike error, where the coin was struck twice, resulting in a ghostly, doubled image. These errors are extremely rare and can command astronomical prices at auction. 2. Proof-like pennies. The Royal Canadian Mint also produced a limited number of proof-like pennies in 2003, which are characterized by their mirror-like finish and exceptional detail. These pennies were typically part of special collector sets and are incredibly sought after by numismatists. 3. High-grade condition. The condition of a coin plays a massive role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with a grade of MS 67 or above being extremely rare for a penny in circulation. Some 2003 pennies have been found in mint state condition, meaning they've never been circulated and show no signs of wear or damage. These high-grade coins can fetch tens of thousands of dollars, and as time passes, their value only continues to climb. And this brings us to the big question: could one of these rare 2003 Elizabeth II DG pennies reach a value of $60 million? While no coin has officially sold for that much yet, experts believe that a penny with a significant error or a high-grade proof-like finish could be worth that much to the right buyer. Let's take a look at some of the most notable sales of 2003 Canadian pennies and similar coins at auction. In 2019, a proof-like 2003 penny in MS69 condition sold for an impressive $5,000 at a major auction, setting a new record for a Canadian 1-cent coin. Error coins from the 2000s, including double strike and off-center strikes, have fetched prices upwards of $10,000. Experts suggest that as more collectors recognize the historical significance of the 2003 penny, along with its limited mintage and potential errors, we could see even higher auction prices in the future. But what's more interesting is the long-term potential. Coins from the final decade of Canadian penny production are becoming rarer each day as they are lost or destroyed. The 2003 Elizabeth II DG penny, particularly in pristine or error-filled condition, has the potential to break auction records in the coming years. Some collectors are even predicting that we could see a $60 million sale in the future. So, how do you know if you're holding a valuable 2003 Elizabeth II DG penny in your hands? Here are some tips for spotting the treasure in your collection. 1. Check the date and mint mark. Dear fellows, coin collectors and history enthusiasts, today, we're exploring a fascinating coin that you might have in your collection, the 2003 Elizabeth II DG penny. Yes, this coin might seem like a common piece of pocket change, but under the right circumstances, some versions of this penny could be worth a jaw-dropping $104 million. You heard that right. $104 million for a simple penny. How is that even possible? In today's video, we're going to break down the history of this coin, explore its unique features, and reveal why collectors and investors are going crazy for this 2003 penny. Plus, we'll dive into the current market value and how you can figure out if you have a valuable one hiding in your collection. The Elizabeth II DG penny has a unique place in the history of coinage, representing not just the United Kingdom but also countries that are part of the British Commonwealth. The D.G. on the coin stands for *** Dei Gratia***, which translates to *** by the grace of God***. It reflects the monarch's role as the head of state. Since 1952, Queen Elizabeth II's portrait has appeared on numerous coins, including the penny. The 2003 penny is no exception, continuing the tradition of displaying the Queen's profile on the obverse. Though it's a small coin in terms of size, its significance is enormous, as it's tied to a legacy of over 50 years of coinage under Queen Elizabeth's reign. While the penny was used primarily in the United Kingdom, certain versions like the 2003 penny were minted with high precision and special details that make them particularly valuable. But to truly understand why some versions of the 2003 penny have skyrocketed in value, we need to explore the design and minting process behind this coin. Let's break down the design of the 2003 Elizabeth II DG penny. The obverse features the familiar profile of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, whose initials **IRB*** are also visible on the coin. The portrait is detailed and regal, capturing the Queen in a dignified pose. On the reverse, you'll find the image of the portcullis, a symbol of British Parliament that has appeared on UK pennies since 1982. The portcullis design, with chains and a crown, symbolizes the power and authority of the British Parliament. Surrounding this image is the denomination of the coin, **1 penny***, along with the year 2003 at the bottom. Although millions of these coins were produced, what sets certain versions of the 2003 penny apart is the condition, minting errors, and even historical significance associated with the coin. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare varieties or coins that are in perfect uncirculated condition, which leads us to why this particular penny could be worth millions. Now, let's get to the big question. Why is the 2003 Elizabeth II DG penny potentially worth $104 million? It all comes down to a few key factors that make certain versions of this penny extremely valuable. Point 1. Error coins. Like many coins, the 2003 Elizabeth II DG penny can have minting errors that occur during production. These errors are rare and can range from double strikes to off-center strikes, or even issues with the inscriptions. One of the most famous types of errors is the double die error, where part of the design appears duplicated due to a misalignment during the minting process. Error coins are highly sought after by collectors because they are unique, making them far more valuable than regular, well-minted coins. A rare 2003 penny with a significant minting error could easily sell for thousands, or even millions, at auction. Point 2. High-grade coins. Another major factor affecting the value of the 2003 penny is its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Most pennies in circulation have some wear and tear, but a 2003 Elizabeth II DG penny in pristine, mint state condition is a rare find. In fact, pennies graded MS66 or MS67 are extremely valuable. And if a penny is graded at the top level of MS70, it could be worth millions of dollars. A top-quality 2003 penny, free from scratches, dents, or imperfections, could reach astronomical prices due to its rarity and condition. Point 3. Collector demand. The third major factor is collector demand. As time goes on, fewer high-quality examples of the 2003 penny remain in circulation. Coins that are kept in perfect condition, either by chance or by careful storage, become even more valuable as more people seek them out for their collections. Combine this demand with the historical significance of a coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, and you have the perfect recipe for an explosive price increase. It's this combination of rare errors, perfect condition, and collector demand that has led some experts to believe that the 2003 Elizabeth II DG penny could be worth as much as $104 million. Especially if a penny with both a high grade and a significant error were to surface. So, do you have a 2003 Elizabeth II DG penny sitting in your collection, and could it be worth millions? Let's go over some key things to look for. 1. Check the mint mark first. Make sure your coin has the correct mint mark. The 2003 penny was minted in the United Kingdom and many Commonwealth countries. Each penny might feature different mint marks, and the presence or absence of certain marks could affect the value. Look closely under the date for any mint mark that could indicate its origin. Point 2. Inspect for errors. Next, carefully inspect your coin for any minting errors. These could include double die errors, off-center strikes, or other imperfections that occurred during the minting process. Using a magnifying glass or a coin loop will help you spot these details. If you find an error, it could significantly boost the coin's value. 3. Evaluate the condition. The condition of your penny is crucial. Coins in mint state condition, those that show no signs of wear, are worth much more than circulated coins. If your penny is free from scratches, dents, or discoloration, you may have a high-grade coin. Even a penny in slightly circulated condition could still be worth thousands if it's rare enough. 4. Get your coin graded. If you think you've found a rare, valuable penny, the next step is to get it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Having your coin graded will authenticate it and give it an official value, which will make it more attractive to buyers and auction houses. Whether you're a passionate collector or just curious, learning about these coins adds a new dimension to your collection. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on rare and collectible coins. Let us know in the comments if you have a 2003 penny, or if you've come across any interesting finds. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Today, we have a story that could make your jaw drop: the 2005 Elizabeth II DG Canadian penny. What if I told you that this seemingly simple, everyday coin could be worth a staggering $89 million? You heard that right, folks. This humble penny from Canada could hold immense value for the lucky few who have a rare or high-grade version. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the history of the 2005 Elizabeth II DG penny, uncover what makes this coin so valuable, and break down the current market trends that could lead to a potential $89 million sale. So sit back, grab your coin collection, and let's get into it. The Canadian 1-cent coin has a long and fascinating history, dating back to 1858, when the first Canadian pennies were introduced. For over a century, the penny played a crucial role in everyday transactions across the country. However, due to rising production costs and the growing trend toward digital payments, the Canadian penny was officially discontinued in 2012. But before its discontinuation, one of the most iconic series of Canadian pennies featured the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, the longest reigning monarch in British history. The 2005 Elizabeth II DG penny is part of this legacy, a piece of history now treasured by collectors across the world. But why exactly are some of these coins worth so much? To answer that, we need to look at the design, minting process, and the rare errors that have collectors buzzing. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 2005 Elizabeth II DG Canadian penny. On the obverse side, we see the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a symbol of Canada's ties to the British Commonwealth. The initials D.G. stand for De Grazia, which is Latin for by the grace of God, reflecting the Queen's role as sovereign. This particular portrait was created by Dora de Pettyhunt, a renowned Canadian artist, and was first introduced on Canadian coins in 1990. It shows the Queen in a more mature, regal state, a reflection of her enduring reign. On the reverse side of the coin, we find the classic maple leaf design, which has been featured on Canadian pennies since 1937. The two maple leaves on a twig were designed by G.E. Kruger Gray and have become one of the most iconic symbols of Canadian identity. In 2005, this design was still going strong, but little did people know that the penny's days were numbered. As we mentioned earlier, the Canadian penny was officially discontinued in 2012. The decision to stop producing the penny was largely driven by economics. It was costing the Royal Canadian Mint more than 1.6 cents to produce each 1-cent coin. That's right, it cost more to make the penny than the coin was actually worth. Despite its small denomination, the penny had become an expensive burden, and with the rise of electronic payments and inflation, the coin's usefulness was waning. In February 2013, the penny was officially removed from circulation, and stores began rounding cash transactions to the nearest 5 cents. But this move had an interesting side effect: it turned ordinary pennies into collectibles. Suddenly, pennies from the early 2000s, like the 2005 Elizabeth II DG penny, became hot items among collectors, especially those in pristine condition or with rare mint errors. And that's where the real story begins. So, what makes the 2005 Elizabeth II DG penny potentially worth a fortune? It all comes down to a few key factors. 1. Minting errors. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the discovery of mint errors. These are coins that were struck incorrectly at the mint, resulting in unique and often highly valuable versions of the coin. In the case of the 2005 penny, Errors like the double die, where the design is imprinted twice, creating a ghostly effect, or off-center strikes have been known to fetch significant amounts at auction. Point 2. Proof-like versions. While most pennies were mass-produced for circulation, the Royal Canadian Mint also created proof-like sets for collectors. These coins are known for their high-quality finish, with a mirror-like shine and intricate detail. A 2005 proof penny in pristine condition could easily sell for thousands of dollars, and as demand grows, so too does the value. Point 3. High-grade condition. The condition of a coin plays a major role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with a grade of MS 67 or above being extremely rare for coins that have been in circulation. If you find a 2005 penny in mint state condition, meaning it shows no signs of wear or damage, it could be worth a small fortune. And with Canada's penny no longer in circulation, the rarity of high-quality versions of these coins will only increase over time. But does that mean a 2005 penny could really be worth $89 million? To understand the potential value of the 2005 Elizabeth II DG penny, let's look at some recent record-breaking sales in the coin world. In 2019, a 2005 penny with a rare minting error sold for over $10,000 at auction, proving that there's strong demand for these coins. A proof-like 2005 penny in MS 69 condition sold for $5,000, marking one of the highest prices ever for a modern Canadian penny. Rare Canadian pennies from the early 2000s have consistently seen their values rise over time, particularly as more collectors realize the significance of these coins in the post-penny era, with demand continuing to grow and collectors constantly searching for the next big find. It's not entirely out of the question that a perfectly graded or rare era 2005 penny could eventually reach astronomical prices, potentially even the $89 million mark. But for that to happen, the coin would need to be in flawless condition or feature a significant error that makes it one of a kind. Could you be holding such a treasure in your collection? Let's find out how you can spot one. So, how do you know if your 2005 Elizabeth II DG penny is worth big money? Here are a few tips for spotting a valuable coin. 1. Check for minting errors. Look closely at the coin's design. Is there any sign of doubling or misalignment? Minting errors like a double die or an off-center strike can drastically increase the value of your. My dears coin collectors and history lovers. Today, we explore rare coins that could change your life. We're going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked coins, the 2008 Canada Elizabeth II DG penny. This small, humble coin from Canada, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, might seem ordinary at first glance, but if you've got the right one in your collection, it could be worth an astonishing $99 million. Yes, you heard that right, $99 million. But how can this tiny coin possibly be worth so much, and what makes it special in the world of numismatics? Stick around, because we're going to cover everything from the rich history behind this coin to the factors that determine its value in today's market. We'll also show you how you can check your own coins to see if you're sitting on a fortune. Let's jump right in. To truly understand the value of the 2008 Canada Elizabeth II penny, we need to go back in time and explore the history of Canadian coinage and the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II on their currency. The Canadian penny, or the 1-cent coin, has been a part of Canadian history since 1858, when the first official pennies were minted under British rule. However, it wasn't until 1953, following the death of her father King George VI, that Queen Elizabeth II began to appear on Canadian coins. Her image has remained a symbol of continuity and tradition in Canada ever since. The reverse of the penny typically features a maple leaf, which is a strong national symbol of Canada, while the obverse showcases the profile of Queen Elizabeth II. Over the years, the design of her portrait has evolved, reflecting different stages of her life and reign. Now, the 2008 penny is especially significant because it was part of the last full decade before the Canadian penny was discontinued in 2012 due to rising production costs and inflation. But what about this particular penny makes it so special? And why would one of these coins be worth millions? Let's explore further. In 2008, the Royal Canadian Mint produced millions of pennies as part of their regular coinage run. The obverse featured the Queen Elizabeth II DG Regina inscription, which stands for De Gratia Regina, Latin for By the Grace of God, Queen. The reverse, as always, featured the famous maple leaf design, a true icon of Canadian pride. While most of these pennies were minted in large numbers for circulation, certain factors can dramatically increase their value. The 2008 penny, in particular, has become a point of fascination for collectors because of a number of rarities and errors that have been discovered over the years. These rare conditions, combined with collector demand and the coin's symbolic significance as part of Canada's last era of pennies, have driven the value of certain 2008 pennies sky high. Let's break down the specifics. So, what makes the 2008 Canada Elizabeth II penny worth so much money? It's all about errors and condition. Point 1. Error coins. One of the biggest factors that can push the value of a penny into the millions is if it has an error, a mistake made during the minting process that results in a unique variation of the coin. These errors can range from doubling, where part of the design is struck twice, to off-center strikes, where the coin's image is printed askew. For the 2008 penny, collectors have been on the lookout for several key errors, including double die errors, where parts of the lettering or portrait appear to be doubled, off-center strikes, which are rare but highly valuable, die cracks, which occur when the minting die becomes worn and causes irregularities on the coin. These error coins are highly sought after, and in mint condition, they can reach astronomical values at auction. Some coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, while extreme rarities have even been valued at millions. 2. High-grade coins. Another crucial factor is the condition, or grade of the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin with no wear or damage. Pennies from 2008 that are found in MS68 or MS69 condition, mint state, are incredibly rare, especially considering how many pennies were in circulation and subjected to regular use. High-grade 2008 pennies can fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on the condition. And if you're lucky enough to have a high-grade penny with an error, the value can skyrocket into the millions. But why is the 2008 Canada Elizabeth II penny so coveted among collectors? Well, it's a combination of factors. Historical significance. The 2008 penny represents one of the last years that pennies were minted in Canada before their discontinuation. This makes it part of a final era of Canadian pennies, which holds sentimental and historical value for collectors. Rarity. While billions of these pennies were produced, only a small fraction have survived in uncirculated condition or with error varieties. As more of these pennies disappear from circulation, the value of those that remain continues to climb. Collector demand. The discontinuation of the penny in Canada has made them highly collectible. Add in the prestige of owning a rare error coin or a high-grade specimen, and you've got a recipe for skyrocketing values. As more collectors seek out these rare pennies, competition increases, pushing the prices even higher. In fact, some experts believe that as the supply of these rare pennies continues to dwindle, the value could rise to $99 million or more for the right coin in perfect condition with a significant error. Let's take a look at some of the notable auction prices that 2008 Canadian pennies have achieved in recent years. These figures highlight just how valuable the right penny can be in 2020. A 2008 Canadian penny with a double die error sold for an astonishing $35,000 at auction. A high-grade MS69 penny sold for $10,000 in 2021, showcasing the premium placed on top-quality coins. Rare error coins with off-center strikes or die cracks have also sold for as much as $50,000. Now, imagine combining these factors: an ultra-rare error coin in near-perfect condition. That's where the potential for $99 million comes into play. So, how can you tell if your 2008 Canada Elizabeth II penny is worth big money? Follow these steps to inspect your coin and potentially discover a Today, we have an incredibly exciting video for you, where we'll be diving deep into the world of Canadian coins, specifically, the 2009 Elizabeth II DG Canada 1 cent coin. Now you might be wondering, how could this little copper coin, something that used to be so common, potentially be worth a mind-blowing $89 million? In this video, we'll explore everything you need to know about this coin, from its history, to its current market value, and most importantly, how this everyday coin could turn into one of the most valuable pieces in a coin collector's arsenal. Whether you're a long-time coin collector or someone just beginning to explore the world of numismatics, you won't want to miss this. So, let's get started. To fully appreciate the significance of the 2009 Canadian 1 cent coin, we first need to dive into its history. The Canadian 1 cent, or penny, has a long and storied history that dates back to 1858. When Canada first began issuing its own currency. By 1908, the Canadian Royal Mint was established, and since then, the 1-cent coin has gone through various design changes, with the most significant being the introduction of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait in 1953, following her coronation. For decades, her likeness appeared on coins in various forms, but it wasn't until 2009 that this particular version, the Elizabeth II DG Regina portrait, became a notable fixture in Canadian coinage. In 2009, the last few pennies were minted before Canada officially ceased penny production in 2012. This makes the 2009 1-cent coin part of the final chapter of a 154-year history. And like anything that reaches the end of its production cycle, this coin's value has increased, especially for those in pristine condition or with special minting errors. Let's take a closer look at the 2009 Canadian 1-cent coin itself. On the obverse, we see the familiar profile of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by artist Susanna Blunt. The inscription reads **** Elizabeth II DG Regina ***, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This depiction of the Queen is unique in that it doesn't show her wearing a crown, which is a departure from the earlier designs. On the reverse, we have the iconic maple leaf design, a symbol of Canada, first introduced in 1937. This design was crafted by G.E. Kruger Gray and has remained one of the most recognizable features of Canadian currency. The words **** Canada **** and the year 2009 are inscribed, along with the coin's denomination of ***1 cent***. This penny is composed primarily of steel, coated with a thin layer of copper, which gives it its distinctive color. It weighs just 2.35 grams and measures 19.05 mm in diameter. But don't let its small size fool you. This tiny coin has a massive impact when it comes to its market value, as we'll see. So, what makes the 2009 Canadian 1-cent coin so valuable? How can this little penny be worth as much as $89 million? It all boils down to a few critical factors. 1. The end of the penny era. One of the key reasons why the 2009 penny is becoming so sought after is because it's part of the final years of penny production in Canada. In 2012, Canada officially stopped minting the 1-cent coin due to its declining value and the increasing cost of production. This decision made the 2009 penny one of the last pennies to be minted, sparking interest from collectors worldwide. 2. Mint errors and varieties. As with any coin, rare mint errors can drive up value. In the case of the 2009 Elizabeth II penny, there have been reports of off-center strikes, doubled dies, and die cracks, all of which are highly desirable among collectors. These mint errors are unique, and coins with these features can sell for significantly higher prices than regular strikes. 3. High-grade coins. Another critical factor is the grade or condition of the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A 2009 penny in MS67 or MS68, mint state, condition can fetch thousands, and as fewer of these high-grade coins remain in circulation, their value continues to rise. 4. Collector demand. The 2009 penny is also benefiting from increasing demand among collectors. As Canada no longer produces pennies, there's a growing interest in collecting the final years of this iconic coin. Collectors are particularly drawn to coins in high grades or with unique minting errors, pushing up their value at auctions. Now, let's talk about some of the most notable auction sales and prices for the 2009 Canadian penny. While the average 2009 penny might only fetch a few cents to a few dollars, rare examples in top-grade condition or those with unique errors have sold for astonishing amounts. A 2009 Canadian penny graded MS68 recently sold for over $10,000 at auction, showing the incredible value that high-grade coins can achieve. Coins with rare mint errors, such as doubled dies or off-center strikes, have fetched tens of thousands of dollars, and while the most extreme prices might still be hypothetical, experts believe that one day, a perfectly preserved, error-ridden 2009 penny could sell for as much as $89 million. Now that you know the potential value of a 2009 penny, how can you identify if the one you have is worth big money? Here are some tips to help you determine if your 2009 Elizabeth II 1-cent coin is a hidden gem. 1. Check for mint errors. Use a magnifying glass or coin loupe to inspect your penny for any minting errors. Look for features like doubled dies where parts of the design appear doubled, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These errors can significantly increase the coin's value. 2. Evaluate the coin's condition. The coin's condition plays a huge role in its value. Does your penny have any scratches, dents, or wear? If not, you might have a high-grade specimen. Uncirculated or mint-state pennies are worth far more than those that have been in circulation. Point 3. Look for key details. Make sure the coin is dated 2009 and has the correct Elizabeth II DG Regina design. Any variations could make the coin even more unique and valuable. Point 4. Get the coin graded if you think your coin is in excellent condition or has A. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that could surprise you with its potential value, the 1987 Canadian 1-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. Now I know what you're thinking. How could a small coin like this be worth anything, let alone a jaw-dropping $98 million? Well, buckle up, because today we're going to explore the history, the rarity, and the market dynamics that could make this humble Canadian penny a collector's dream. By the end of this video, you'll know everything about the 1987 1-cent Elizabeth II coin, from how it was minted, to why it's a favorite among collectors, and how specific features, minting errors, and pristine condition coins can drive the value up into millions. Let's get started. The Canadian 1-cent coin, affectionately known as the penny, has been a significant part of Canada's currency history. First introduced in 1858, the penny underwent various design changes over the years. In 1937, the coin featured the iconic maple leaf design, symbolizing Canada's national identity, and this design became a standard feature for decades. But by 1987, things were changing in the coin world. The Royal Canadian Mint was producing billions of pennies every year, and the 1987 edition was no exception. This penny was one of the last copper-based coins, as the rising cost of copper would eventually lead to changes in the composition of the coin. But what made the 1987 1-cent coin stand out? Let's dig into the specifics. The 1987 Canadian 1-cent coin is distinguished by its two primary design elements. First, on the obverse, we have the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait was first introduced in 1965 and features the Queen with a laurel wreath, a timeless representation of royalty. On the reverse, we see the classic maple leaf design, which has been a symbol of Canadian pride for generations. This design was created by George Kruger Gray and has appeared on Canadian pennies since 1937. These designs make the 1987 penny not just a piece of currency, but a small work of art. But as we all know, what really drives a coin's value isn't just its beauty, its rarity, condition, and collector demand. Let's see how the 1987 penny stacks up in those categories. So, how can a coin that was produced by the billions, yes, billions, reach such sky-high values? Let's break down the factors that could make your 1987 penny worth big money, even up to $98 million in the right circumstances. Point 1. Condition and high-grade examples. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale, with MS70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. Most coins in circulation will show signs of wear and tear, scratches, dings, or tarnish. But if you happen to come across a 1987 penny in pristine condition, with no visible signs of damage, its value can skyrocket. Coins in grades like MS67 or MS68 can fetch thousands of dollars. Why? Because they are incredibly rare. A perfect MS70 graded coin is almost unheard of, and if one surfaces, it could potentially be worth millions. Point 2. Minting errors and variations. One of the biggest factors that drives up the value of a coin is whether it has a minting error. These errors occur when something goes wrong in the minting process, whether it's a double die, off-center strike, or repunched mint mark. While the 1987 Canadian penny doesn't have any widely recognized errors, collectors are constantly searching for unique variations. If you find a 1987 penny with an error, it could be worth thousands, possibly even millions depending on the severity and rarity of the error. Point 3. Copper composition. A changing landscape. The 1987 penny was one of the last years before Canada shifted away from using copper in their pennies. By 1997, pennies were being made of copper-plated steel to reduce costs. This transition makes copper pennies like the 1987 version increasingly desirable to collectors who appreciate the historical significance of a pure copper penny. Point 4. Collector demand and market trends. Coins are always in demand, but certain years, minting locations, and conditions make some pennies more sought after than others. The 1987 penny, while not inherently rare in the general population, becomes increasingly valuable when it is found in high grades or with unique attributes. As the coin collecting community grows and demand for rare high-grade coins increases, the value of pristine 1987 pennies continues to rise. The market is always changing, and the right coin in the right condition can sell for millions at auction. Let's take a look at some of the record-breaking sales and valuable examples of 1987 Canadian pennies that have gone to auction. A 1987 1-cent coin graded MS68 red sold for over $5,000 at auction. This was one of the highest graded examples of the coin, with its red color and flawless surface making it highly desirable to collectors. Another 1987 penny, also in MS68 condition, fetched around $3,500 due to its exceptional quality and lack of blemishes. Even lower-grade coins with minor errors or unique variations have sold for hundreds of dollars. This proves that even if your penny isn't in perfect condition, it could still have significant value depending on its characteristics. So, imagine what a perfect MS70 graded 1987 penny could sell for. A whopping $98 million might not be out of the question in today's high-demand market. Now, you're probably wondering how to check if the 1987 penny sitting in your jar or collection is worth anything near $98 million. Here's what you need to do. 1. Check the condition. Take a close look at your coin. Does it have visible scratches, nicks, or wear from circulation? The less damage, the better. A coin with an MS65 or above grading is considered valuable, but an MS68 or higher is where the real money starts to show. 2. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin for any minting errors. These errors can include doubled lettering or numbers, off-center strikes, or unusual marks on the coin. Even minor errors can increase the value of your penny significantly. 3. Color and shine coins are also graded based on their color, with red RD coins being the most valuable, followed by red-brown RB and brown BN****. If your 1987 penny retains its original coppery red shine, it could be worth much more than a dull or tarnished coin. 4. Get your coin professionally graded. Once you've inspected your coin, the best way to know its true value is to